So as you can see from the thumbnail, I'll bring you back to our first ever game in the Carabao Cup, and as you can probably see from the thumbnail, we haven't been drawn the best draw, let's be honest. We've got West Brom. Then what we'll probably do is maybe skip one of the league games and then bring us back for one of the league games maybe towards the end of August, but we'll see how things are going. But without further ado, let's get back into the series. Let me show you the results that happened off camera and we'll get underway against our championship challenge today. So as you can see, after that absolutely thrashing of Exeter 5-0, we then went on and beat Torquay in the preliminary round of the Carabao Cup. It was only four teams that actually had to play that. So I'm not sure why that is. So let me know in the comment section below as to why there is a preliminary round. But anyway, we knocked out Torquay. Of course, they were our rivals from last season, so it was nice to obviously knock them out. Annoyingly, we then played them straight away after in the league and we drew 2-2. I actually rotated a fair bit in the Carabao Cup and then played our strongest team and only managed to get the draw in the end against Torquay, as I said. But today we have the game against West Brom, probably, thinking about it, our biggest opposition that we've ever faced in a championship side. So we'll play that game straight away, and then what the plan will probably be is maybe bring us either back straight away for the Barrow game, maybe, in terms of where we are in the league after that result to Torquay. We're currently third with 1-1 and drawn 1, so can't complain. 4 points. In terms of obviously predicted league table, we spoke about this in the last episode. Exeter are actually predicted to finish third, and we absolutely decimated them. So who knows, maybe our 17th spot, which we always know is wrong, you know, we always overachieve, maybe we will be able to sneak up into them playoffs. Who knows? There's a lot of football to be played. But without further ado, let's get into the squad. Pretty much going to go unchanged from that first game that you saw. We're going to have Wright in goal, Briggs, Johnson, Skara and Killer in the defence. Murray, Holmes and Gromek in that centre midfield, or holding midfield roles if you like. We're then going to have Holland, Mellor, Francis, as we like to call him now, and Joe Hugill leading the line. McEachran, of course, drops out to the bench. But that's going to be our starting lineup for us today. Actually, we will change him to an inside forward, as he does like to play there. So let's get into the team. Remember, this one's almost a bit of a throwaway game. As long as we don't get humiliated, then if we lose, I mean, it's just to be expected. However, if we do win, that could obviously do wonders to the motivation and the spirit of the squad. As long as we don't get humiliated, you know, I'll be happy. First round the Carabao Cup, it would of course been nice to get to them latter stages of the Cup. We may still do, obviously. But I mean, in terms of, you know, drawing a championship side in the first round, they haven't really favoured us, the FM gods, in that draw. But maybe that means in the FA Cup we might get a slightly more simple route to them latter stages. Who knows, we may even be able to win a cup this year. Maybe I definitely am getting ahead of myself there, but who knows. 1 minute in, we've got a highlight here for them. Briggs winning the ball, of course he does with the header. They cut it back across and we go 1-0 down inside 2 minutes. Is that going to be the story of the afternoon? I hope not. I hope not. Let's encourage them. Again, we didn't really want to rotate because, again, obviously we're playing a championship side, and you can tell that they're a championship side. In all honesty, they're cutting through us like a hot knife through butter. But also, obviously, want to get this core group of players still building that form with one another, building that solidity, and that they can play with one another. You know, there's a couple of new faces. Realistically, the wingers, that Cam is going to be new as well. So they all need to learn to sort of play with each other, and of course be feeding into Hugill. So the sooner we can get that on form, the better. Of course, we did win that first game 5-0, which was a good first step, but we want the consistency there. Hugill, as you can see from that, tried to release Holland. Holland wasn't on the same page, wasn't making the run, and doesn't then get the ball, unfortunately. But Wright's made 2 good saves so far from what we've seen from West Brom. But it is all West Brom right now. But there isn't really, I don't think there's much else I want to change. I want to kind of keep it on balance, just play our type of football, play how we know we can play, And if we get beat 1-0, 2-0, so be it. You know, they're a good team, West Brom. Obviously established championship side. So we can't complain, really. You know, they are 2 leagues higher than us. But the game isn't over just yet. Of course, I've said that now. No, I was going to say they're probably going to go on and score. Luckily, they didn't. Briggs there manages to get his body in the way and sends it out for a corner. 29 minutes played. I would like to see maybe 1 or 2 highlights for us. At least testing the goalkeeper, you know what I mean? That pass, Mellor, is just a prime example of why you definitely are not our starting number 10. McEachran's not really on song yet. I want that new guy coming in, and I thought Mellor, give him a little bit of a run out, see how he does. He's just not really done anything. I'm going to actually... Oh, is it too early to take him off? Yeah, we'll give him the rest of the half. We will bring McEachran on after and let him have 45 minutes against a championship side, which will be good experience for him. Remember, this is all good experience for all of the squad, right? Playing a calibre of this team, this is going to do wonders for development, wonders to see how to play against a team of this size. So it's no, disappointment really going out, as I've said, in the cup. Now, that might sound a bit defeatist, right? But it's more realistic. Yes, if the luck was on our side, if we had that form going in, we've only played 1 game. If we were playing these maybe 4 or 5 games into the season and we were flying with form, I would say, possible that we could do it. I'm just going to say it's time for everyone to dig in deep. I'm going to say you weren't that bad, but I still think you can improve. There's not bad performances across here. I mean, Hugo was having a horrid game, 6.4, but that doesn't necessarily surprise me with him. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take Briggs off. I don't want to risk Briggs picking up an injury. I'm going to take Mellor off. Holland can come off and have a break as well. Archibald can come on. We might as well just do a bit of rotation, right? Tom Scott, that's a name from the past. Tate Campbell can come on. Again, just sitting in a defensive position. We'll then move Gromit up into a box-to-box midfielder and a pressing defensive midfielder as well, because obviously Gromit can go further forward. I think I'll leave him on for the time being. I will give him a little bit of a rest if I can. Realistically, I've got 1 sub left, so I'm not going to change anything else. I'm going to keep that 1 sub, just in case anyone's fitness does start to absolutely plummet through the rest of the game. But 45 minutes, only 1-0 down. We most certainly can score. I know we can score because we scored 5 in that first game. We just need the opportunity to. Oh, Hugo just couldn't get his body shape right there, but we win a corner. Of course, we are not going to see it. Again, that's something that I keep saying in the videos. We need to work on corners, but I just say that and then I forget. I always set up the corner. I've pretty much got the same corner routine that I've got from season 1. I've not looked at it or changed it, and probably I should. Killer Ferrari there. What is he doing? You know what I mean? He's meant to be a Sky Bet League 1 standard player, and he's just giving the ball away there needlessly. Scaro with a weak clearance as well. Let's not go 2-0 down. Come on, at 1-0 we're still in the tie. There we go. Archibald getting it clear. No one's there to pick up the loose ball though. Luckily, we won't see it come straight back to us because the highlight ends. But 55 minutes played. Archibald, oh, he's trying things. He's been a breath of fresh air since he's come on, to be fair to him. He's been all highlight has been him so far. McEachran picking up the loose ball. Lovely jubbly. Archibald. Gromit. Francis. Back to Gromit. McEachran. Francis. He's in! Come on! He brings one back. It's 1-1. The MG Group Stadium erupts. Can League 2 Oxford City pull off an upset against Championship side West Brom? Who knows? We were playing it down in the first half, thinking and letting West Brom think that they were in control. But now the boys have switched on. They've woken up, and it's time for us to try and set a precedent for the rest of the game. 1-1. 63 minutes played. Long goal kick downfield. Johnson can't win it, but Pendleton, oh, that was very risky. I feel like Pendleton might be a Pennington in disguise there. Tate Campbell into Gromek. Francis. McEachran. They're linking up nicely. And Zach McEachran scores. It's 2-1. What's happened? The substitutes, come on. McEachran, maybe he has got a role to still play in the squad. He's absolutely turned this game on ahead. A goal and an assist in the second half. And look at that. As calm as you like. As calm as you like. Right. Now, boys and girls, what do we do here? I think we're going to go time wasting. I'm not going to change the formation. Oh, here we go. I'm not going to shout and praise them just yet, because there's a West Brom highlight here. Long ball. We deal with the second ball, though. Johnson, Killer-Ferrari, Gromek. McEachran, he's pulling all the strings this afternoon. Francis, Hugill, back into Francis. Oh, a long-range effort. Come on. 25 yards out. We were just sleeping in that first half. We hadn't woke up. We hadn't turned up. Look at this bit of play between the three attackers. And Francis, look at that. A low-driven, side-footed effort. Oh, the keeper. It looks like it bounced over his gloves at the last minute. We'll take it. 3-1. I mean, that kind of calls for us to go defensive. But, I mean, I also don't want to risk us by going defensive. I mean, I want to take Francis off, but he's on a hat-trick against a championship side. But also, I don't want to risk him getting injured. I don't actually think I've got anyone who can... I mean, we could give him a little bit of time. We did say we were going to give him... Yeah, let's give him 15 minutes. Let's give him 15. Joe Hugill scored. It's 4-1. We didn't even get to see it. We were making a sub. What happened? Josh McEachran. Josh McEachran. That's his older brother. Zach McEachran. Hugill. Lovely ball from McEachran. Hugill takes it all the time in the world. And look at that. Composure to slot it there. It's 4-1. It's 4-1, boys and girls. No one expected this at the start of the tie against West Brom. Who cares if they've rotated? I don't even know if they've rotated, but who cares? 4-1 against the championship side. We're just free-flowing, aren't we? We just scored. Oh, I was going to say, surely not. Brannington or Branningham wasn't going to get an assist straight away. Surely not. But unfortunately for him, Hugill couldn't turn it into the back of the net. We are going to drop it back to defensive now. We don't need to push ourselves now. Let's drop the tempo down. Let's go shorter passing. We don't want to risk injuries. You know, we've got a few tired players out there. We've only just started the season. That's awful. I'm going to put that down to being injured rather than what's more to come. That first touch was absolutely horrendous by Branningham then. Long ball over the top by them. They do... Oh, we are subs... You know, we do concede from long balls over the top from time to time. Because if you remember that Wigan game where it was absolutely disgusting, a lot of the goals come from balls over the top. And we just didn't deal with it very well at all. But I don't think we can complain right now. 4-1 up. 86 minutes played. McEachran comes on at half-time. And he's on a 9.2 rating. Killer-Ferrari here gives away the free kick. Wright's on a good rating as well. 7.4. Long-range effort is read well by Wright. We're just clearing it. The big boys are just getting the headers in, getting rid of the ball, proving our dominance in this game. And we are absolutely dominating West Brom right now. 4-1. They don't know what's happened to them. Get rid of that. Yes, that's it, Scara. Well in. There we go. And they missed that altogether. Right at it red anyway. It's a corner for them. We won't get to see it. Thank the Lord. They're just as bad as we are at corners. And there we go, boys and girls. A 4-1 win. Well, I wasn't expecting that. If you gave me a 1-0 win at the start, I would have bite your hand off. But we go into the second round of the Carabao Cup. I'm going to say you've done brilliantly to turn that around. What a game indeed. Fantastic. I mean, if we can keep scoring the way that we're scoring, then we are in for a treat. I don't like this still, though. It's still projecting that it's going down, this debt. And I don't know what else I can do apart from just go as far as we can in terms of the cups. So the plan will be, I probably will play the Barrow game off camera. Where are Barrow in the league? They're 15th. I mean, it's very early. I don't even know why I'm looking at this. I'm just going to go. I'll bring us back for the Swindon game. I'll play the Barrow game off camera. I'll skip forward and I'll bring you back to the Swindon game. See you in a moment. Just bringing you back ever so quickly, guys and girls. We've actually drawn Ipswich Town in the next round of the Carabao Cup. In terms of where that fits into the fixture congestion, it actually is in August, the second round of the Carabao Cup. So what I'm probably thinking, actually, I'm going to play Barrow and Swindon then off camera now, show you the Ipswich Town game, so we can almost just have a Carabao Cup special episode, almost giving it homage to our first time in the Carabao Cup. Ipswich being a Premier League side, so again, we are really cutting our teeth here at a higher level of opposition again. So that's the plan. I'll skip us forward to that game. Of course, if anything happens off camera, I'll bring you straight to the action. So we're here for the Ipswich Town game, the second round in the Carabao Cup. And as you can see by the screen, the form has really been going from strength to strength after that West Brom and, well, after the Exeter game, really. Obviously won 5-0, then 3-1, drew 2-2, won 4-1 to West Brom, as we've just seen. We then beat Barrow 4-0 at home. So the goals are just still trickling on through. And then we played Swindon away from home. And I will admit, we pretty much got battered on the actual match reports and match stats. It was very much Swindon. They were all over us, but we stayed defensively solid, as we know we can do. And as you can see here, it's them two real prolific goal scorers that we've got that are assisting each other or scoring. So if one's not scoring, the other one is. Declan Scarr also putting in a man of the match performance. So just goes to show you that we did have our backs pretty much up against the wall, but we managed to come away with 3 points. And just like that, my camera decided to disconnect. Hang on, you're back now, so it doesn't matter. But without further ado, let's get straight into the game against Ipswich Town. And to be honest, I don't think I'm going to change much. We've had a couple of days rest. Everyone's in good condition. Everyone's fresh. Everyone's sharp. So I don't really see why I will change it. What I will actually do, I feel like, McEachran actually deserves it. 3 goals and 3 assists so far this season. We did bring this guy in on trial, this goalkeeper. He's slightly better than Wright, but he is 35 years old, so he's not going to improve at all, whereas Wright's only a little bit behind him and can still improve further than him, so I don't think I'm going to sign him permanently. I think if I'm going to sign anyone, actually, thinking about it now, it's probably going to be another centre mid, because with McEachran, Gromick and Murray Holmes playing, we realistically have only got Campbell, who can play in that sort of centre mid role. So we don't really have much coverage there. So here we go. Everything is locked in. We are in our favoured lime kit. Is that going to be an omen for this afternoon's game? Of course, we said against West Brom that if things... I probably shouldn't have said that, should I? Whoops. I trust you to not let our good run of form come to an end. Gaffer, we're playing a Premier League club? Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway... We said against, they've got Robert Sanchez in goal, the Chelsea goalkeeper. Anyway, we said against West Brom, if we went out, so be it. I feel like this again, if we did go out to Ipswich Town, Portman Road, I think that's fair. You know, let's see what we can do. Let's at least give them a good game. I mean, if we can pull off an upset and win it, then we'll take it. If we can somehow manage to win this, who knows? We might be able to go on and actually win the whole thing. That would have been West Brom and Ipswich that we've knocked out. But of course, we need to knock out Ipswich first and foremost. And that's who we're playing against today. Obviously, this is 4 seasons in the future. So if there are any Ipswich Town fans watching, obviously, is there anyone in that starting 11 that's usually in your team? I would probably think not at this point. I would reckon there's been many changes. But also, obviously, let me know in the comment section if there is. I know most certainly the goalkeeper isn't, because like I said, I know he is the Chelsea goalkeeper currently, Robert Sanchez. But let's see what we can do. 26% possession. We're fully expecting to be absolutely overrun here in terms of possession. I think actually what I might do, if we can hold on to this, say, for the first half an hour, I might change the formation. I might change it around now, actually. Yeah, I'm going to change it because we're getting very overrun in that centre of midfield. And I think that's a fair thing to do. I might actually change this on cautious as well. Because we're getting very, very dominated. Easily dominated, it seems. And to be expected, you know, let's not forget they're a Premier League opposition. You know, Championship's one step up, but Premier League is another step up altogether. So let's see what we can do. Briggs here. Lovely ball. Hugill chases after it. Lovely determination to at least chase down that ball. Figueroa, he's there. Oh, it's no goal. We'll take it, though. We'll take it. He puts it into his own net. How does he even put it into his own net? We should really change the camera angles when we watch these replays, shouldn't we? Maybe behind the goal. Maybe I'll change that in the next episode. I mean, I feel like that just is his shot there. He just went straight in off of what he done there. But that's absolutely fine. We are gonna stay focused. I'm gonna praise the boys. I will get Darnell Johnson to mark Hurst. That's absolutely fine because Darnell Johnson is our absolute rock at the back. Now, 34 minutes played. We just need to stay defensively solid like we do. And the good news is we just had 90 minutes of having to stay defensively solid. So we know we can do it. But of course, Swindon, Ipswich Town, little bit of a difference in quality. And just like that, we go and concede the equaliser 35 minutes in. But that's fine. We've scored one, they've scored one. We most certainly are not out. I'm not going to encourage them. I'm just going to let that play out for now. If we can just get one more goal and just give us that little leg up into the going into the second half. We can't. It's going to go in at half time. But yeah, as you can see, look, we didn't even have a bit of momentum there because it was obviously an own goal. We are definitely not performing very well. But that's to be expected. I'm just going to put on here, you've done well so far. I don't think that's fair. I'm going to say I'm disappointed with so little possession that we've had. I think that's fair. We're not criticising them for any other reason other than the possession. Let's get out there. Let's just control that ball a little bit more, shall we, boys? Come on. A little bit more possession for us. Let's get our feet into the game. You know, we've scored once. We can definitely score. But can we score that decisive winner? I think the Carabao Cup goes straight to penalties. Should it go to full time and it's still drawing. But, of course, we've got a lot of football still to play. I'm going to encourage the boys. Give them a little bit of encouragement. Come on, you're playing well. See, a lot of this team are used to us playing a more direct style, but I just don't know. I want to try and get a bit of possession so we can build up a little bit of build-up play, you know, and we're not going to do that if we're just playing direct, the style of football, especially against a Premier League opposition. A lovely ball in. Joe Hugill's there. Killer Ferrari with the absolute beautiful cross. Hugill's there. Picks it up, leaps like an absolute salmon. And as we all know, I love that saying. Look at this deep cross. Oh, look at that. On an absolute picture for you. Look at that. Robert Sanchez was nowhere. Well, that makes things very interesting. 63 minutes played. And it's 2-1 to the mighty Oxford City. Can we hold on now? That's a lovely collection there, right, we're going to waste time. We're going to do it. 64 minutes. We're going to waste the time. Long ball downfield. Not sure if I'm happy with that. Oh, McEachering picks his pocket. Lovely. Gromek into Killer Ferrari. What can he do with it? Another long cross. Oh, Sanchez almost falls for it, flaps for it, but does manage to get the ball, unfortunately for us. Counter-attack here for Ipswich Town. Hurst is through. Oh, he just puts it wide. I would like to say that James Wright had that covered, but who knows? Who knows? We're going to bring on Pingington. I feel like we all know how that could potentially end, right? But we're going to bring Pingington on. Briggs has played a lot of games for us so far. He started every single game. Deep cross from them. Hurst picks it up. He cuts it back. They get the score. They get the score. They get the goal to bring it level. Okay, let's take time wasting off again. Let's try and go for the third. Can we get the third goal? Imagine if we could get another. Oh, that would be inspirational. Who could we bring on to potentially change this game? I feel like Holland's a good shout to bring on. Let's do that. We'll put you as an inside forward, you as an inside winger. Anyone else? I don't think I'm going to make any other changes yet. Holland coming on isn't a bad shout, but Hugill scoring as well is good. Hopefully he can start getting rid of this big match fear that he has, because he's been performing in some of these bigger games so far. 81 minutes played. Now, what we don't want to do here is concede a last-minute loser. Or are we going to get a last-minute winner? Who knows? Holland on the run. Oh, he just can't do anything with it. Completely loses the ball. Just hold it closer to your boy. Ipswich Town now have a highlight. We're on the counter-attack. What can we do? Let's just stay. That's not defensively solid, is it? Cut it across. It's the same again. We're letting them just cut across us. Too easy. 3-2. Right, let's change it to positive. I mean, at this point, we're going out. So let's just see if we can get a third. That's so disappointing. But we've given them a bloody good game, I tell you. There'll be fans up and down the country singing Oxford City's name at this performance. McEachran, Gromek, playing it between themselves. Murray Holmes, lovely ball for Francis. What can he do with it? Takes on his player, beats him, cuts it. It's just not the same composure, is it, as the Ipswich Town Premier League standard players. If he could just cross that in to Hugill, we would have been absolutely laughing. Last few minutes of added time here. 3-2. I mean, I'll take it. I feel like that's fair. We performed. I tell you what, it just wasn't them day. All right, I'm very happy with the performance regardless. I feel like that's a fair statement to make. Oxford City in disappointing collapse. I mean, not really. They're a Premier League side. The press absolutely hate us. They absolutely hate us in this. But there you go. That's everything you're going to see from this Carabao Cup special. I'm disappointed to go out of the Carabao Cup in our first season, but of course, getting through to the second round was still something that wasn't even on the cards, let's say, after we drew West Brom. But beating West Brom in the style we did and not getting humiliated by Ipswich Town, hopefully that can just carry on building this momentum that we've got going into the next few stages of the league. In terms of the plan, like I always do, I'm going to skip a couple of games off of camera, then bring you back for a couple more league games. I feel like we've had a good run for these first couple of games. Maybe it's that new team bounce, you know, first time in League Two. The players are really excelling, but I am expecting that to probably come crashing down, if I'm honest, at some point. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new around here to continue watching the journey. Who knows what the FA Cup could have in store for us after these performances. Leave a comment down below. Where do you think either A, we're going to finish in the league, and more importantly, who's your MVP so far this season? And don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.